In the vast expanse of Arizona's sun-scorched landscape, a story lay buried, a mystery wrapped in time. It was 1971, a year marked by its own share of turmoil and change, yet amidst it all, a discovery in Arizona would quietly etch itself into the annals of unsolved mysteries. In this land of stark beauty, authorities stumbled upon a canvas sack. Concealed within lay the remains of a woman, unknown, unclaimed, her story lost to the winds of the desert. This case would not be just another statistic. It would transcend decades, a silent sentinel waiting for the truth to unravel. Cold cases like hers often fade into the background, their whispers lost in the cacophony of a world that moves on. But their significance cannot be overstated. Each cold case represents a life unlived, a story unfinished, a closure denied. They are the echoes of questions unanswered, of justice paused. As years turned into decades, the advancements in forensic science began to offer a glimmer of hope. The impossible slowly started to seem possible. In 2023, more than half a century later, a breakthrough pierced the veil of mysteries surrounding our unidentified woman. Her name was Colleen Audrey Rice. The revelation was a testament to the unwavering pursuit of truth, to the relentless spirit of those who seek to bring names back to the nameless. As we delve into the story of Colleen Audrey Rice, we embark on a journey through time, technology, and tenacity. A journey that reminds us that even the longest-standing mysteries can find their answers, and even the quietest voices can eventually be heard. 1971. The Arizona desert, a landscape that tells a tale of both beauty and harshness, became the unlikely stage for a perplexing discovery. It was a day like any other in the rugged terrain, until a chilling find disrupted the desert's silence. Tucked away in an area far from prying eyes, a canvas sack was found. It wasn't abandoned cargo, as one might hope, but a harbinger of something much darker. Inside, the remains of a woman, her identity a mystery, her story untold. The harsh conditions of the desert had not been kind, and the clues were as sparse as the landscape itself. The local authorities were immediately summoned. But the limited technology and resources of the era, the investigation faced substantial hurdles right from the outset. Forensic science was in its nascent stages. DNA profiling, now a cornerstone of criminal investigations, was a concept yet to be conceived. The tools at their disposal were rudimentary: fingerprints, dental records, and the keen eye of experienced investigators. Initial theories began to form, clouded with the uncertainty that plagues many such cases. Was she a local, a traveler passing through? The answers were as elusive as the desert wind. Persons of interest were considered, but leads were fleeting and often led to dead ends. The case quickly proved to be a complex puzzle, one that would challenge even the most seasoned detectives. Each clue seemed only to deepen the mystery, each lead taking them not closer to answers, but further into a labyrinth of questions. As the investigation progressed, it became clear that solving the case of the woman in the canvas sack would be a journey fraught with challenges, a journey into the unknown depths of a mystery that had chosen the Arizona desert as its silent keeper. In the wake of the discovery in the Arizona desert, the media began to paint a picture of the mystery for the public. Newspaper headlines and local TV news reports picked up the story, each trying to unravel the enigma of the woman found in the canvas sack. As the news spread, it captured the attention of the local community and beyond. People were drawn to the story, not just because of its mysterious nature, but also due to a deeper, more human connection. The unidentified woman became a symbol of every missing person, every unexplained disappearance. The community wondered, who was she? Could she be one of their own? The impact on the community was profound. People felt a mix of emotions: curiosity, fear, and a deep sense of empathy. There was an undercurrent of anxiety too, as the unknown identity of the woman raised questions about safety and the possibility of a perpetrator still at large. In an effort to aid the investigation, the community rallied together. Posters were put up, asking for any information regarding missing persons. Local meetings were organized, where community leaders and law enforcement officials discussed the case and sought assistance from the public. Volunteers came forward, willing to help in any way they could. Amidst the search for answers, there were those who gathered in solemn vigils, offering condolences for a woman they did not know but felt connected to. These gatherings were not just about mourning. They were about solidarity, a community's collective effort to restore an identity and story to the unknown. This period of intense media coverage and public involvement highlighted the profound impact such mysteries have on communities. They are not just stories or cases. They are reflections of our collective humanity, of our innate desire to know, to understand, and, above all, to remember. As the mystery of the woman in the canvas sack remained unsolved, the world of forensic science was undergoing a revolutionary transformation. From the 1970s to the present day, each decade brought new advancements, new hope for cold cases like hers. In the early days of the investigation, forensic capabilities were limited. Fingerprints, dental records, and basic pathology were the mainstays of criminal investigation. But as technology advanced, So did the tools at the disposal of forensic experts. The game changer was DNA technology. In the late 1980s, scientists learned how to use DNA profiling in criminal investigations. This breakthrough meant that even the smallest samples of biological material could unlock identities and solve mysteries that had remained elusive for years. Parallel to the advancements in DNA technology, the rise of digital databases transformed how information was stored and accessed. The creation of national and international databases allowed for the cross-referencing of DNA profiles from unsolved cases with those of known individuals and other cold cases. Other technologies also played a significant role. Facial reconstruction software offered a visual representation of unidentified individuals, providing the public and investigators with a face to connect to the unknown. Advanced pathology techniques could now reveal more from less, and even the environment around a crime scene could offer silent testimony through soil analysis and environmental markers. In the case of our mysterious woman, these advancements opened doors that were once firmly closed. Each technological stride brought investigators closer to the truth, turning the impossible into possible. As the years marched on, the case of the unidentified woman in the canvas sack, though cold, was never truly forgotten. The confluence of factors, emerging technology, enduring public interest, and the relentless pursuit of justice breathed new life into the investigation. With the dawn of the 21st century, a renewed vigor was infused into this decades-old mystery. Fresh eyes, armed with advanced forensic tools, revisited the evidence. What was once a dead end now presented new possibilities, thanks to the leaps in DNA analysis and digital record-keeping. However, the passage of time had erected formidable barriers. Witnesses' memories had faded. Key investigators from the original case had retired or passed away, and some evidence had degraded over the years, complicating the task at hand. The investigators faced a delicate balancing act, weaving together the fragments of the past with the innovations of the present. They pored over old case files, re-examined evidence, and re-interviewed potential witnesses, hoping to unearth a clue that had been overlooked. Despite the challenges, the team's resolve did not waver. They knew that within the faded files and the strands of DNA lay the key to unlocking this enigma. Each step forward was a tribute to the tenacity of those who refused to let the forgotten remain so. In this renewed quest for truth, the case of Colleen Audrey Rice became more than a cold case being revisited. It became a symbol of the enduring human spirit, a testament to the belief that justice, no matter how delayed, is still within reach. In the relentless pursuit of truth, it was the fusion of science and determination that finally broke the silence of decades. The breakthrough in the case of the woman in the canvas sack, now known as Colleen Audrey Rice, came through the revolutionary power of DNA analysis and genealogical research. As forensic experts revisited the case with new tools at their disposal, they found that even after all these years, the DNA extracted from the remains held the key. Advanced DNA sequencing techniques, a far cry from the capabilities of the 1970s, allowed for a more detailed analysis of the genetic material. The breakthrough came when her DNA was compared with genetic profiles available in public genealogy databases. These databases, repositories of family histories and genetic links, have become invaluable in solving cold cases. Through meticulous research and cross-referencing, genealogists began to piece together the familial connections that would eventually lead to her identification. The role of specific individuals and organizations in this process was pivotal. Forensic genealogists, working alongside law enforcement agencies, dedicated countless hours to tracing genetic breadcrumbs. Their work, a blend of scientific rigor and detective-like tenacity, illuminated the path to Colleen's identity. It was a collaborative effort that spanned various fields and expertise. Each played a crucial role in weaving together the tapestry of information that brought Colleen Audrey Rice back from the anonymity to which she had been consigned for over 5 decades. This momentous identification marked not just the end of a mystery, but also the beginning of closure for those who had long sought answers. Colleen Audrey Rice, once just a nameless face in a forgotten case file, had finally reclaimed her name and her story. With the mystery of her identity resolved, the focus shifts to understanding Colleen Audrey Rice, the person behind the name. Her life, like so many, was a tapestry of moments, memories, and connections. Colleen's story began in a different time, an era marked by its own set of hopes and challenges. She was someone's daughter, perhaps a sister or a friend. Like each of us, her life was a unique journey, filled with its own joys and sorrows. While the specifics of Colleen's life remain largely unknown, what we do know paints a picture of a woman whose life was cut tragically short. Her dreams, aspirations, and experiences, the very essence of what made her who she was, are aspects we strive to piece together, even in their fragmented state. In speaking to those who knew her, a more intimate portrait begins to emerge. Family and friends recall Colleen, shedding light on her character, her personality, and the life she lived. These recollections, though tinged with sadness, bring with them a sense of who Colleen was, her laughter, her presence, the mark she left on those around her. To understand Colleen Audrey Rice is to acknowledge not just her untimely end, but also the life she lived. It is in the remembering that we pay our respects, honoring not a case number, but a person who lived, loved, and was loved. The revelation of Colleen Audrey Rice's identity rippled through her family and the community, bringing with it a wave of emotion. After decades of uncertainty, the resolution of her identity provided a bittersweet closure. For Colleen's family, the identification was a moment of profound significance. It brought answers to long-held questions, filling a void that had lingered for over 5 decades. The grief of loss was now compounded with the pain of knowing her fate. Yet there was a solace in finally being able to put a name to their memories, to their loss. Family members expressed their feelings in heartfelt statements. There were expressions of gratitude towards the investigators and forensic experts whose tireless work brought them the answers they had long sought. Yet, amidst the gratitude, there was a palpable sense of loss, a mourning for the time and moments lost with Colleen. The impact was felt beyond her family. Local authorities, some of whom had carried the case with them throughout their careers, expressed a sense of duty fulfilled. The community, which had held the mystery of the unidentified woman in its collective consciousness, now faced the reality of her tragic story. In her identification, Colleen Audrey Rice became a symbol of the countless unidentified individuals still waiting to be named. Her story resonated with many, reminding us of the importance of perseverance in seeking justice and the power of a community's collective memory. The resolution of Colleen Audrey Rice's case brings us to a moment of contemplation, a time to reflect on the journey of countless cold cases and the pursuit of justice. Her story, emblematic of perseverance and dedication, reminds us why the investigation of cold cases remains a vital endeavor. Cold cases, often relegated to the dusty corners of police archives, are more than just files and reports. They represent unfinished stories, lives left in limbo, families and communities in search of answers. The commitment to revisiting these cases is not just a professional obligation. It's a moral one, rooted in the belief that every individual deserves the dignity of a resolution. The concept of justice in long-standing unsolved cases is complex. It's not just about apprehending culprits, it's about restoring identities, unraveling stories, and providing closure to those left in the wake of uncertainty. Justice, in this context, is multifaceted. It's about truth, acknowledgement, and the reassurance that society has not forgotten. As we reflect on Colleen's story and the countless others like hers, we are reminded of the profound impact these cases have on the human psyche. They touch on our deepest fears and our greatest hopes, the fear of being forgotten and the hope that, in the end, our stories will be told. In the pursuit of justice for cold cases, there is a message of resilience and hope. It's a testament to the enduring human spirit and the relentless quest for truth. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons of these cases, the importance of perseverance, the value of every life, and the unyielding pursuit of justice, no matter how long it takes. As we reach the conclusion of this profound journey into the life and mystery of Colleen Audrey Rice, let us take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. We began with the haunting discovery in the Arizona desert in 1971, a woman lost to time, her identity a mystery. We traversed the decades-long struggle, witnessing the evolution of forensic science, a testament to human ingenuity and resolve. The breakthrough, a remarkable feat of genealogical and DNA analysis, brought us face to face with Colleen Audrey Rice, no longer a nameless enigma, but a person with a history, a family, and a story. Her identification stirred the community and touched hearts, offering a bittersweet closure to a narrative that spanned over half a century. It was a journey of resilience, of unyielding pursuit of truth, and of the enduring importance of every single life. As we close this chapter, let us ponder a question that extends beyond Colleen's story. How many more untold stories await in the silence of unresolved cases? How can we, as a society, ensure that these stories are not forgotten, but pursued with the same fervor until they too find their resolution? Let us carry forward the spirit of determination and hope that defined the resolution of Colleen Audrey Rice's case. In remembering her story, we reaffirm our commitment to seeking justice, to bringing light to the shadows of the forgotten, and to ensuring that every voice, no matter how silent it may seem, is ultimately heard.